Skol Nation, stop right now. US Bank Stadium just erupted with breaking news, and one fact is already carved in ice. A long-shot timeline for Christmas Day that changes everything. A running back returns from the shadows, a starter limps into question marks, and a $67 million name is circling the secondary like a hawk over frozen tundra. Insiders dropped 3 bombs in 48 hours, and here's the first payoff. The Vikings just activated a weapon who hasn't touched the field since week 1, and his return could not come at a more critical moment. If you bleed purple louder than you hate the Packers, hit like and subscribe right now. We start with the comeback that has the backfield shaking. Stay locked. There's a double cliffhanger at the end that involves Kansas City and a defensive legend. Silent locker. Empty chair. 4 months of waiting. The Vikings just pulled someone off injured reserve, and this name has been MIA since the season opener when everything looked different. Who just got cleared? Ty Chandler. And here's why this matters more than you think. Chandler went down in week 1 with a knee injury that erased him from the entire season. 4 months, 16 weeks of watching from the sideline, while Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason carried the load. But earlier this month, Chandler returned to practice, and now the Vikings just activated him to the 53-man roster for the final 2 weeks of the regular season. This isn't just depth, this is insurance. Because here's the thing, Chandler isn't some practice squad body. In 2023, his sophomore season, he racked up 620 yards from scrimmage and 3 touchdowns on 123 touches. He proved he could handle volume.
And on special teams, 12 kickoff returns between 23 and 24, averaging 25.2 yards per pop. He had the full-time kickoff returner job locked down in week 1 of this season before the injury hit. 3 returns, 84 yards, then silence. Now he's back. The timing is perfect because the Vikings are staring down a playoff push and the backfield just got thinner. Aaron Jones is the bell cow. Jordan Mason has been the thunder, but depth wins in January. Chandler gives Minnesota a third option who can contribute on offense and special teams. He's 27 years old, hitting free agency after this season, and these final 2 weeks are his audition tape for the entire league. Do you think Ty Chandler can reclaim a role in this offense, or is he buried behind Jones and Mason? Drop your take below.
And if you believe the Vikings just got deeper at the perfect time, smash that like button and let Lions fans know who controls the North. But listen closely, because while Chandler returns, another running back is about to go missing on the biggest stage of the year. Christmas Day, primetime, and the injury report just dropped a bombshell. 4 snaps. That's all Jordan Mason played last Sunday against the Giants, before the ankle twisted and everything changed. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler just reported that Mason is a long shot to suit up on Christmas Day against the Lions. Let that sink in. The Vikings' second leading rusher, the man with 664 yards and 6 touchdowns this season, might be watching from the sideline when Minnesota faces Detroit, in a game that could define the division race. Mason didn't practice on Tuesday.
The team elevated Ty Chandler from the practice squad that same day. The math is obvious. Minnesota is preparing for life without Mason on Thursday night. And here's the problem. Mason has been the hammer in this offense. 145 carries, team-high 664 yards, 6 touchdowns in his first season with the Vikings. When Aaron Jones needs a breather, Mason is the one who keeps the chains moving. But now, the Vikings are staring down a Christmas game against a Lions defense that feasts on one-dimensional offenses, and Max Brosmer is expected to start at quarterback. That means the running game has to carry this team. Without Mason, the backfield rotation is Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler fresh off IR, and Xavier Scott, who had 8 snaps last week and turned that into 2 carries for 4 yards. Yikes. The Vikings haven't ruled Mason out completely, but calling him a long shot is basically a death sentence for Thursday's availability. This is a massive blow to the offense's balance. Detroit knows it, Brian Flores knows it, and Aaron Jones is about to shoulder a workload he hasn't seen in weeks. Do you trust Aaron Jones to carry the load without Mason? Or is this the moment the Vikings' playoff hopes start to crack? Comment your prediction below, and if you think the Vikings can still win on Christmas Day, hit that like and prove the doubters wrong. But here's where it gets deeper. While the offense scrambles to replace Mason, the defense is facing an even bigger question. A 6-time Pro Bowler, a franchise legend, might be nearing the end of the road. and the Vikings are already eyeing a $67 million replacement from the Kansas City Chiefs. Legacy versus the future.
This one cuts to the soul of the franchise. 14 years, one franchise, one number, 22. Harrison Smith has been the heartbeat of the Vikings defense since 2012. A six-time Pro Bowler, a leader, a legend. But age is undefeated, and at 36 years old, Smith might be playing his final weeks in purple. Alec Lewis of The Athletic just examined Smith's future, and the Vikings are already preparing for what comes next. The name? Brian Cook, Kansas City Chiefs safety, 26 years old, ranked 6th out of 99 qualifying safeties by Pro Football Focus this season, and Spot Track projects his market value at $57.5 million over 4 years. That's not depth money, that's franchise money. Here's the situation.
Smith is under contract through 2026 at just $1.3 million in base salary, plus a $3 million prorated bonus. The Vikings could keep him, and honestly, his leadership and presence are probably worth more than that cap hit. But this is about more than dollars. Smith might retire. He's looked healthier over the last few weeks. Teams have options. Jay Ward, a 2023 fourth-round pick already on the roster, has gotten more snaps in the back half of this season. He could step up. But if Minnesota wants to go big, Brian Cook is the prize. A young, elite safety who can cover deep, play the box, and anchor a secondary for the next 5 years. The only problem?
The Vikings are facing a $36 million cap deficit in 2026. That means tough cuts are coming. Javon Hargrave, Aaron Jones, maybe others. Can Minnesota afford to spend $57 million on a safety when they're already underwater? Or do they roll with Ward and hope he develops? And here's the twist. Caleb Downs, the Ohio State safety, could be available in the draft. Field Yates of ESPN mocked him to the Rams at pick 9. The Vikings pick 15th. If Downs slides, Minnesota could draft a game changer instead of paying Cook in free agency. Do you want the Vikings to pay Brian Cook $60 million, trust Jay Ward, or draft Caleb Downs? Drop your take in the comments. And if you believe Harrison Smith deserves to retire a Viking, smash that like and show some respect for a legend. But before you click away, the cliffhanger is brutal.
Because while Smith's future hangs in the balance, the Chiefs aren't just losing Brian Cook. They're targeting a Vikings leader to replace him, and the bidding war could get ugly. 3 stories, 1 frozen battlefield. Ty Chandler returns from the abyss, Jordan Mason limps into Christmas uncertainty, and Harrison Smith stares down the end of an era while a $67 million replacement circles the secondary. This is the edge of glory, Viking Nation. The North runs through US Bank Stadium, and every move the Vikings make in the next 72 hours will define whether this team is built for a deep playoff run or a first-round exit. Let's break down what this means.
Chandler's return gives Minnesota depth at the perfect time. But if Mason can't go on Christmas Day, Aaron Jones is carrying the entire offense on his back against a Lions defense that ranks top 5 against the run. That's a recipe for disaster, unless Ty Chandler can shake off 4 months of rust and contribute immediately. On defense, the Harrison Smith situation is emotional. 14 years of blood, sweat, and leadership. And now the Vikings have to decide, do we plan for life after a legend, or do we ride with him 1 more year? Brian Cook is the dream replacement, young, elite, expensive. But with a $36 million cap hole, can Minnesota afford him? Or do they gamble on Jay Ward and hope he's ready? And if Caleb Downs falls to pick 15 in the draft, do the Vikings go safety again, despite other glaring needs? The chessboard is set.
Here's what I need from Skull Nation. 1. Smash that like if you believe the Vikings just became the most dangerous team in the NFC North heading into the playoffs. 2. Drop a comment with your boldest prediction. Does Ty Chandler score on Christmas Day? Does Harrison Smith retire or run it back? Does Minnesota sign Brian Cook or draft Caleb Downs? I want your hottest take. 3. Subscribe, because every single subscriber makes Packers fans furious, and we're about to take over the entire division. But listen closely. Here's the cliff's edge. Harrison Smith's contract runs through 2029 because of restructures. If the Vikings cut him next summer, they save $6 million against the 2027 cap. That decision could come in February.
And there's a rumor, this is a rumor, that Brian Cook's camp has already reached out to 3 teams about his market value, and Minnesota is one of them. The Chiefs know it.
The bidding war starts the second free agency opens. Plus, there's whispers that a Vikings defensive captain, not named Harrison Smith, called a players-only meeting last night. No coaches, no front office. What was said? That story drops next. And on top of that, the Lions just activated their starting cornerback off IR for Thursday's game. Minnesota's receiving core is about to face the best secondary Detroit's had all season. Can Max Brosmer navigate that without Justin Jefferson at full health? Skull Nation, the battle is here. Hit subscribe, stay locked, and let's make the NFC North bleed purple and gold. We ride together. The North is ours. See you in the next war.